That you chose to join us today, and we're so happy that we get to do this work that we do here in this space. Again, the artists that are on our stage today are very representative of the sorts of the sorts of artists and the sorts of work that we hold dear to our hearts and really hope to be able to present as much as possible. So. We can begin just by once again giving a round of applause to the young man at the center of this stage today. Let's give it up for Jeremy Dutcher.
Woo! Woo!
He comes to us from the far east tip of Canada, and he's going to be sharing his people's music with us today. It's a really special thing. And before we begin, I am honored to be entrusted to give a simple acknowledgement of the land and recognize that we are all here occupying land that has previously had other peoples who lived here for many, many generations. So to begin, I would just encourage people to do what they can to feel their own connection to the land and feel the earth underneath us that's supporting us, and give thanks for our privilege to be here in this time. This is Ohlone land, and please be kind with me as this is not my language and I try to pronounce some words that I'm not totally familiar with. The Ramaitush people in Yerba, who, this is a space for generations that it didn't quite look like this, and it's a very complicated history through which we find ourselves today. And so I just want to encourage people to do what you can in your lives to be with what is, as these histories are so often forgotten as they've been intentionally suppressed. So, we all have the challenge to be with ourselves in this time and do our best to live in a way that's respectful and is going to lead us toward where we want to be. So thank you so much. And I want to thank Canyon, who supported us, and Ohlone Woman for her support in shaping that message. And we're celebrating today. This brother Jeremy is a young man who really dug in deep into the archives to pull up these songs of his people and to understand what they're talking about. And it's community music. I believe it's safe to say this is music that has for a long time been sung in community for very significant and intentional reasons. So we're so delighted that he's here with us today, and he's going to share this music that he's created based on these traditional songs, connecting to his people and where he comes from. And while we look back at where we've been, we're also moving forward and doing our best, as I said, to live in the ways that we need to honor the people and the land. Let's give a big round of applause, ladies and gentlemen, as they take it away. Give it up for Jeremy Dutcher.
Ye darkly low.
I think about that sometimes. I'd like to learn all the songs that the people sang here. I'd like to listen to those and sing those. I know all the singing. You know, there's not only me, there's a lot of people bringing the songs back. When you bring the songs back, you can bring the dances back. You're going to bring the people back. You're going to bring everything back. Yeah. Just like when we first started, we brought the music back, we brought the drum back. Sweat lodges are here, teepees are going all over the place. Wigwams, people are making wigwams.
So you think music had a lot to do with that? Bringing that
Look
back?
at that, right? Music, yeah, it sure does.
Really?
Music will bring you.
And hello everyone. It's such a pleasure to be here with you. It's my first time in San Francisco on this beautiful land. Thank you for welcoming us out here today. I want to introduce first, before we go any further, two very dear friends of mine. First on the cello, we have Blanche Israel. And over there on percussion and electronics, we have Greg Harrison. My name is Jeremy Dutcher. I come from the Wolastoqiyik people in what is called the East Coast of Canada today. Those voices that you're hearing me sing along with, those are archival recordings from 110 years ago of my ancestors. We're really excited to reimagine these songs and bring them forward for you here today. This next song we want to share is called Lintuagan Chu Aguidin, and that means the song for the canoe. I'm going to sing all day today in my language. It's very important to me. There's less than 100 fluent speakers left, and we need to do all that we can to keep that language alive. And I know there's a lot of indigenous people on these lands as well that are really trying to hang on to their language and keep their culture strong. So thank you for having us here. We're so excited to be here. This song is called Aguida. In this next section, I'm going to to say the words Uliwanchu Samagwan. Samagwan means water. So I'm thanking the Great Spirit for all the water that we have around us. And we have this beautiful fountain for MLK beside us. So let's listen. San Francisco there. Thank you.